So hello guys, I've been getting comments and messages about branch specific laptops. In this video we will be talking about laptops for architectural student. As you might know, every branch in engineering needs a different sort of computing power, and architecture is one of the most processor specific branches. If you end up buying the wrong processor, you might have to face serious performance lag. So let's get started with this video. So a couple of disclaimers before getting more into the video. The first one would be that this video can be long because I try to make very well researched condensed videos. So yeah, that's the first thing. And the second thing would be you can watch this video at 1.5x or 1.25x if you think that my videos are a little bit slower. The third, that these are the best options given the current market scenario, and that I am releasing the video today. When you will be watching this video, there might be better options or even the same options at cheaper prices or at higher prices. So make sure you keep that in mind when you're watching this video. That makes a lot of difference before making any sort of comments. So the next disclaimer would be that I very frequently try to update my series because there's always this new laptops coming to the market. So I always keep updating my videos, so make sure you stay subscribed so that you always stay tuned with the latest release in the market and the best options out there. Before recommending any laptops, I am going to explain some basic terms and requirements you are going to need as an architecture student. After consulting a friend who is an architecture student, I have a pretty clear image of what an architectural student needs, and I'm going to share the same with you all. The very first software most engineering students might be familiar with is AutoCAD. This is a processor-centric application that requires a minimum of 2.5 GHz processor with 8 GB RAM and a good display with accurate colors. Next we have SketchUp and Photoshop, which requires a decent GPU, so a graphics card like 1060 Ti, 3050 Ti will be sufficient to use this smoothly. Next, talking about Revit, Twinmotion, Lumion, which all require good RAM and a fast SSD. So to run all of these, you should get a good quality RAM and an SSD. I would recommend getting a RAM above 3000 MHz and a Gen 3 SSD. As of 2021, we have 6 processors available, 3 from Ryzen and 3 from Intel. I would personally recommend Ryzen over Intel just because Ryzen provides more value for money. In Ryzen, we can get Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9, and in Intel, we can get i5, i7 and i9. The current generation of Ryzen, which is 5000 series, is far better than the Intel's 11th generation processor, unless you really get to the top of the line, and which can be really expensive. Now talking about the versions of the processors, the H or the K version is recommended for architecture students, which are the high performance version of this processors and not the U series and the G series. Again, in terms of GPU, any of the ones I previously mentioned will be totally sufficient. So yeah, that's all the things you should consider as an architect student before buying a laptop. Next, coming to the recommendations, considering all the above needs, I've selected 5 best laptops in each price segment. Starting with the first laptop would be the HP Pavilion Gaming 2021 edition. Yes, with Ryzen 4600H and a GTX 1650 Ti of graphics and a hybrid SSD and hard disk available, it's a great deal. If you buy these and upgrade the RAM and SSD, this becomes better than most of the laptops in the 60 to 75,000 price range. Before continuing any further in this video, I would like to say to you guys, if you just make a purchase decision, I would request you to please make that purchase through my links. Yes, those are affiliate links, and I will get a small kickback when you purchase a laptop, but it won't cost you any extra money, and that's what keep this channel active and helpful content coming your way. Back into the video. Next we have Dell G5 SE5505, which has Ryzen 5 4600H processor with 6 GB of Radeon graphics, which is just amazing because Ryzen processors and GPU work really well together. It has 512 GB SSD and a 3200 MHz 8 GB memory, which is the best quality RAM for this price point. Next, I would recommend another laptop from one of my previous videos, Asus ROG Strix G15 or the Asus TUF Gaming F15. If you have not watched my previous video, make sure you check that video out because I talk in depth about those two laptops, which I am not going to talk about in this one, but let's give you a brief overview. These two laptops are one of the best laptops in the 70,000 price segment and can fulfill almost all your needs. You can do entry-level gaming too on this, and it runs all the programs I mentioned very well. ROG Strix has a better thermals than TUF and is better in terms of build quality. Now the TUF has a better graphics card than Strix, so both are almost similar, but Strix is the one with a better build quality, which I prefer more. That being said, we can get this amazing laptop Victus by HP, which is an amazing laptop at the higher price segment. It comes with Ryzen 5800H processor, an RTX 3050 Ti, 16 GB of RAM and an 100% sRGB IPS display. This is currently the best laptop in the 90K range and offers the best performance for its price point. You can always get MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro is really a laptop for architectural students. MacBook runs almost all the programs I stated, but it does not support OpenGL, so it might be a problem in some cases, but I suggest you to wait for the M1X and M2 chips to be released before buying a MacBook in 2021. Getting into the very high-end laptops, I don't think you would need anything more than what's been already recommended, but the G14 and the G15 series of Zephyrus is just amazing. So now we have the Asus Zephyrus G14 with Ryzen 9 5900HS combined with RTX 3050 graphics, which can be the best for running programs that require high processing units. This laptop does not have a camera, so you have to connect an external webcam, but this is excellent at managing thermals and power consumption and becomes a really good recommendation. Now in comparison with this, we have Acer Predator Helios 300 with an i7 11th gen processor. Now the GPU works a little bit better on the Helios one comparing with the G14, but the processor works better on the Zephyrus G14. Predator is really a good choice for better graphics performance and high quality display. With all of this, I would like to conclude that at a lower price point below 70,000 there are not many good models available, but as you increase the price there are very tough competition among companies to make a good laptop. So now it's completely your decision which suits your needs and budget as well. If you want to ask about specific laptops, you can always reach out to me on Instagram, as I've already helped more than 100 people to make a wise purchase decision of the laptop. So Datta signing off. Peace.